If you don't end up ranting and raving, it's like, did you even come out and shoot videos? Obviously not. You guys, we are currently sitting on a couch on the side of the road, just chilling. Getting weird looks from the few people that notice that we're out here. Most people have just driven by while they stare at their little screen that's placed ever so conveniently right in front of them on the console of their motor vehicle. Isn't that cool that people found a way to still be distracted without having to hold their phone? You know, that's cool. That's really cool. I'm glad that everybody has like so many options to be distracted at all times. Like, you know, you don't want somebody to pay attention to the road. Don't even talk about that. That's the man in my head correcting me because he knows how many times we don't pay attention to the road. He knows how many times we have done other things but pay attention to the road. and the curb. Yeah, and the curbs. Yeah. Dude, it's so weird to not have a tooth anymore. It's sad, but at the same time, we have to let it go because it was time. The tooth had committed suicide and it was still hanging on, you know? It was like, what did you say before? Like, it's like if your roommate had committed suicide. Yeah, but you refused to open the door, but you knew that they were dead because you smelled their dead body. Yeah, that's exactly what it was like to have a dead tooth in my mouth. Okay, so the 5-0 just passed me. Luckily, they didn't stop. Well, I don't think you're doing anything illegal. And that would be cool if you were smoking a joint. Yeah. That would have made this experience even cooler, but we don't smoke weed anymore. So, we've read a lot of stuff about, like, the internet shutting down and, yeah, it makes sense to do that because, you know, that would freak everybody out and that would wreak a bunch of havoc. But at the same time, that's how they're controlling everything. And if people are so heavily immersed in their social media accounts, and they're so obsessed with the news cycle and all that, it seems like they're overplaying their hand by, I don't know, shutting that off because if they want to control what people do and they want to know their whereabouts and all that shit, why would they fuck with that? But, you know, it seems like they want to prove how much control they have. So maybe if they turn everything off for a minute, it would make everybody freak out to the extent that they would just go along with whatever. You know, kind of like they did with this whole virus. This past year has proven just how easy it is to convince people of something that's not true, or how easy it is to exaggerate certain things to scare the living hell out of the masses and get them to comply with whatever tactic doesn't make logical sense, you know? So, unfortunately, most people can't see through that. Because I've heard a lot of people say, well, I know somebody that died. So if they don't use fear, they use emotions and they use empathy. And I'm not saying that there aren't people that have real empathy as far as that's concerned, because, yeah, I know people that have lost a family member or a really close friend, but what they don't understand is how and why that happened. So they're told that it's because they had this thing, but they don't know why they had this thing and how they got it. So, unfortunately, people just, they believe what they're told, even if, like, the small evidence, like, the small amount of evidence that they're given, rather, even if it doesn't make sense, or even if, like, certain stories don't line up, even if the numbers don't add up, like, they don't care, they just accept it because they want to trust in something. But one of the tenets of communism is to just keep flip-flopping, keep shifting gears, you know, just to confuse the fuck out of everybody. It's a tactic that is very common in gaslighting. So if you fuck with somebody's reality, they're more likely to just believe a bunch of gobbledygook because they don't know what reality is. So social media was already pushing people over that edge, though. You know, social media, and then, you know, Donald Trump, and then this virus, and, you know, it's all like a snowball effect, and people don't look at it from that perspective. They just look at it from, like, oh, it's just this one thing that's fucked up, and then they're mad about that one thing, and they lose sight of, like, what's actually happening in regards to the bigger picture, you know? That's why I stress that if this whole jibby jab is the mark of the beast, which you hear often, if that's true, I would equate the jibby jab with the great powerful Oz, okay? If the jab is the great powerful Oz, then the smartphone was the yellow brick road leading up to that, okay? Just think about all those different bricks. Oh shit, another 5-0. But yeah, there are a lot of bricks that lead up to, you know, the eventual site of your demise, you know? There are a lot of bricks on that path. And I think that with a smartphone, it's just leading you down that path because you're not even thinking about it. You're just trotting along, going, oh, well, this is the way of the world. This is what we do in modern day society. I have to have this. I have to use this. How else would I pay my bills? Da 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 da. And then it turns into, how else would I get around? How else would I eat? How else would I fuck? I mean, people just don't see that. It was a means to an end, you know? And I saw that future in 2007, back when smartphones were a thing that only super rich people could afford, or tech-savvy people were interested in, you know? Because it used to be a thing that me and my friends made fun of. Like, oh God, I'm never getting a smartphone. Every single one of the people that was in my little group that made fun of smartphones, they all have one now. They all have one now, and it didn't even take them that long to get one. It was just a couple years, maybe. Not even that. I don't really judge them for that because, yeah, it's like a thing that, like, everybody has. So people can't even imagine not having that technology. They can't imagine a world where they don't have apps to do everything for them, you know? But that's exactly what they wanted. They just wanted people to turn off their instincts and subject themselves to, oh, a little dog sticking their head out the window. That was cute. I wish I'd filmed that, but there are like way too many people on the road right now. I just feel awkward about it. Oh shit, somebody's pulling up. Wonder what they're doing. Oh, I don't know. I'm just chilling over here. Oh, well, I guess they think I'm here for the little sale that they're doing. This yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah, they're selling a bunch of shit. They're selling a bunch of shit on the side of the road. Yeah, I guess these people that just pulled up want to buy some shit. That's cool. They interrupted my rant. Maybe that was for the best.